What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, you guys? We are back again for another episode of Queen Sugar. This is season 6, episode 4, To a Different Day. Bitch, Nova booked and came back and bit us in our ass. Okay, girl, Nova, Ma'am, I was just coming back to you, okay? I was just coming back to you, and now you done came back to us and just threw it all up in our face. You done affected my household, okay? That is what's going on. You got my husband out here stressed out. He's stressed out enough, okay? And now this. We can't pay the bills. He want to be a man about it. And just be a man about it, okay? That's what he said. He was listening to Toni Braxton, and she said just be a man about it. And that's what he was trying to do. You know, he trying to put all this stuff on his shoulders, and then all of a sudden, this shit with your book. Girl, I'm just mad. I'm just mad. But let me just go ahead, people by people. Listen, Charlie, let me get her out the way. Charlie about to do an interview with Gayle, okay, on CBS this morning. I said, all right, what's up with Gayle? You know, what y'all finna do? So basically, Charlie do this interview. Let me tell you something. The media is shady when it wants to be, and they know exactly what it is. Girl, at least she warned her that she was like, okay, we finna be on here, and we're about to get into her political and a little bit of personal, okay? Got to get into the business and a little bit of personal. I said that's what happened when you put your stuff out there, okay? So Charlie had to expect it, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, she up there talking about the Black Farmers Association and getting them, you know, justice and pay and equal rights, whatever, talking about the farmership and how basically at one point Black farmers was like 14% of the population and now it's just 1%. And I was just like, oh my God, that is messed up. And I was like, I'm not surprised, okay? The way things have been going, I'm not surprised, all right? It was just a case out here. I was listening to Holding Court, and it's a podcast, Ebony K. Williams and Dustin Ross podcast, and one of the things that they was talking about was these Black farmers that was suing because these white employees on the farmers or whatever, they were hiring immigrants or whoever else instead of them to do the work. And then when they hired them, they was paying them more than the Black farmers. I said, child, messed up, okay? It was just a lot. It was just a lot. It was just like mess. So, you know, Charlie is up here trying to get what's right for the Black farmers and stuff like that, you know, equal pay and all that stuff, woo, 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 and what they're due. Talking about her political aspirations and how the reason why she came down there to Louisiana was because of her father's death, and she saw what needed to be done, so therefore she stayed. She got into this political arena. You know, Gayle went as far as said, bitch, they looking at you like you the new Stacey Abrams. I said, pump your brakes, okay? Pump your brakes. Charlie cool. She ain't all the way there yet, but I get what you're trying to say, okay? At least you compared her to another powerful Black woman, so I like that, all right? And I said, okay, Charlie, they really looking at you like this. I said, all right, I see the aspiration. I see what's going on. I like it, okay? We on a good path. Now, baby, we was all talking about the good stuff, about politics, about the farmers, you know, bringing awareness and all of that. We was cool, okay? Next thing you know, Gayle said, but what about your relationship? And you know, this is a different you from the last time that we done seen you when you was out there on the court going off on your husband at the time. I said, what? Girl, I turned around. They playing the clip from season 1, episode 1, when Charlie found out all about Davis and went out there on that basketball court in the middle of his game. I said, y'all messy as hell for doing that. And I said the media do some shit like that for real, for real. Girl, it kind of caught Charlie off guard a little bit. It kind of caught her off guard because she tensed up a little bit. I said, girl, yep. Now let's get into the hard questions, because this was my type of mess, because this is all of the stuff that I was saying. It was like, yeah, you know, you out here canoodling with this man. Okay, we just seen pictures of you here and there. And remember, they put up a picture together on Instagram. They Instagram official. Okay, and I'm just sitting here like, Gayle, get her ass, okay? Get her ass. Ask her the questions that we want. Embody me, okay? Put me into you. And she was like, listen, do you think that you can, like, with all the stuff that he done, you really can forgive him? I mean, he working on doing stuff, whatever. What about the public, okay? The public can't get over the stuff that he did. I mean, that's understandable, but he's not really trying to work for forgiveness, but he's working for understanding. He's trying to, you know, show that he's changing. And the way that he's doing that is, you know, get, spending time with his kids, okay? And I said kids, and she was like his son Micah and his daughter Tia. I said, bitch, I forgot he had a daughter. I forgot he had a daughter, girl. Where he at? And where she at? Okay, and then the mama died or something. Don't he got custody or whatever? Girl, I said I forgot all about that. Man, and then it was like, he giving out to charities, supporting children stuff and all this stuff. I said that's all well and good, but a tiger don't change his stripes. The tiger got stripes. Whatever, y'all know what I'm saying. Okay. I said, Now, Charlie, if you feel like you can forget that man, she answered the questions good enough for me. Well, not necessarily for me, but for the public, okay, for this interview. Because Gail put her ass on the spot, all right? And I was like, okay. Meanwhile, she go back to the hotel because she was already in D.C. on some politics stuff or whatever. And she get back to her hotel room or whatever. And Ava DuVernay, let me tell you something. I'm confused. Like, woman, miss, ma'am, I'm no disrespect. You retweet a lot of my stuff when it comes to Queen Sugar, especially before I even started watching the episode. You retweeted something. Girl, just go ahead and follow me on Twitter, okay? I follow you. Just go ahead and follow me on Twitter and give me a call, all right? That's all it is. Take me under your wings or whatever, Anyway, moving on from that. Sarah, you too, okay? But moving on from that. I will hold myself to some people. Let me stop. And I'm talking about professionally, like business wise. I ain't talking about what y'all thinking about. Moving on from that ain't even what we talking about. Tried to get to the hotel room and she sees some flowers and some balloons and all this stuff. And she tried to call David. She's so enamored with it. I said, Charlie, I want you to snap up out of this. And I wanted you to be happy. Like, where is, oh my God, what was his name? Sally Richardson husband. Oh my God, what was his name on here? The little light-skinned dude. I wanted them to get together, okay? The one that went from her to Nova. I said, bitch, that storyline just messed me up, and then he just left the whole show. I said, you ain't gonna play around between two sisters, okay? And then just gonna leave, all right? I really wanted them two to be together, okay? And then it just didn't work out because he had to leave, and she was in her own spot, own space or whatever, bitch. And now you want to go back to what you already had. Listen, I don't like that, okay? Only because y'all already know. Now, when he do you dirty again, don't say we didn't warn you. Don't say I didn't warn you because I've been giving it to you, okay? You calling him, hey, Davis, I just want to let you know that I received your balloons and your flowers, and I'm here for you, and I really do want to work on this, and I love you too. I said, girl, hang that phone up. You are disappointing me, okay? Girl. Anyway, moving on. Anybody else for him? Moving on from that. Miss Nova girl, you up here putting cameras and stuff up on your property. What I need you to do is get somebody to get one of them things to go through and see if it's bugs up in your house, okay? Cause baby, somebody was listening to your phone and I'm scared for you. That's cute that you got cameras or whatever, but you got them so noticeable. You need to get them cameras that look like, that you can't barely see and notice that they there, because if I see a camera up on your property, I ain't gonna go up there because I know I'm gonna get caught, okay, doing whatever it is that I need, one's supposed to be doing. You need to get the ones that's you can hide, okay, and you can camouflage them. But whatever you doing, whatever it is that you got to do to protect yourself. And Dominic come around trying to see what's good, and he offering his services if you need some help, and I can walk you here, walk you there, and I can keep an eye on this. I said, when y'all gonna go ahead and hook up, okay? Because this flirt and this tension, I like it, okay. Meanwhile, some other stuff happened. Her and Dominic, let me just say this. Yeah, go ahead and hook that up. After y'all done smoked the joint together, match made in heaven. Anyway, so she sits down with Billy, okay? She finally have a little conversation with Billy. Mind you, Billy is up there taking care of Prosper. And let me get Prosper a little stuff out the way, because Prosper's stuff was so cute. Billy is trying to, make sure he's okay. He's getting back into his routine, okay? He really just want to go ahead and do whatever it is that he been doing. And, older people, let me put it that way, older people, our elders, they can be so stuck in their ways and stubborn or whatever. And I understand where Prosper is coming from, but he also needs to understand that he do need help. Billy out there trying to cook for him, made him some breakfast, some eggs, some grits, looks like some rice or whatever. He was like, no, I don't want that. Just give me some coffee. I'm not really that hungry. Girl, come to find out, it wasn't that he wasn't hungry. He just said that the girl can't cook because he was on that phone with Vi, and Vi said, I'll cook you this and I'll cook you that. He said, yes, please, and put some cornbread on there. Okay? Billy doing all she can, but the only thing that she can get right is the goddamn coffee. Okay? I said, ain't that some shit? You should have just told her that. But, Billy was like, I'm going to have a nurse come in because she's asking him, did you take your medicine? He was like, I haven't taken my medicine yet, but I'm going to take it a little bit later. Well, you always say that you're going to take it a little bit later, but then you wind up taking it late at night. And he said, it don't matter when I take it as long as I take it. And she was like, okay, Dad, but I get what you're trying to say. And I feel as though maybe we should bring a nurse in or whatever to help you out, to keep you regulated on your medicine and all this stuff, your regime and all that. And he was like, nah, I don't need no help, okay? That's what it is. And she was like, I mean, I seen you struggle. Like, at one point, you were struggling trying to clean yourself. And I know you probably don't want me doing that, so maybe if you have a nurse. And that probably made him embarrassed a little bit. And that probably the reason why he kind of said no to the nurse or whatever. And I get it because, with certain people, especially when they get older in age, and then it comes to the point that you need assistance, that making you realize that, damn, my age, okay, I'm getting old, and now that I need help, they don't want to be faced with that reality, okay? And so that's where that stubbornness is coming from. I can still move, I can still do it myself, but you still need a little bit of assistance. And so, she said, well, that's cute or whatever that you don't want that, but I'm just going to tell you, I already hired a day nurse, okay? She going to be here later, all right? And he was like, you know what, fine. So like I said, Prosper was on the phone with Vi. They chit-chatting it up, trying to see what's going on and all that stuff. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Next thing you know, the doorbell rings. And he was like, this my day nurse. Let me go ahead and get her the runaround or whatever. Baby, I feel like Prosper was about to do some crazy stuff to that woman just because, petty stuff, be stubborn on purpose. Until he saw Miss Lady come in, we heard her voice, we seen her with the mask on or whatever. He was being nice for the most part. And he was like, you vaccinated? I'm vaccinated. I mean, if you feel comfortable enough to take your mask off, you can do that. And as soon as Mama took her mask off, Papa said, ooh. The look on his face, I said, look at that. Prosper got a little crush. Meanwhile, they sitting there later on. We see them, they playing cards and stuff. They talking about Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell. What you know about that? She was like, oh my God, I love Motown. I said, girl, you look like you probably was in one of the singing groups back then. And you gave us some vocals too. And Prosper was flirting hard. He was like, you too young to know something about that. I said, all right. Girl, I love when old people be packing with each other. That'd be so freaking cute. And she was like, what you talking about? So, I said, oh, that's so cute. She started singing and whatever. I was like, that's nice. That's nice. And she could sing. I said, back in the day, you was in a group. You was in a group, okay? I don't know if you was first lead vocals or second lead vocals or y'all switched, okay? But you was in a group, bitch. Meanwhile, that was cute. We got this whole scene where, what's going on? Vi and, Miss Lady that was getting abused, Paula J. Parker, and Hollywood. So, they're at the shop, and she was getting out all her orders or whatever, and, they come up in there, and Hollywood's about to take Gabriel fishing and everything, and, Paula J. Parker is just, I don't even know her name, the character name. I'm just call her Paula, okay? Paula J, all right? She's just so thankful. She's so thankful and so grateful that, he had somebody, and I love the fact that they are giving this boy, this young black boy, a positive black male influence on him. He went from a negative influence to a positive influence to show him, just because you grew up this way, just because this person showed you this side, not all of them are like that. You got some positive ones that truly do care for you, okay? Hollywood taking him fishing and, talking to him and just giving him encouragement. That's what he needed. And, even the mom said, this is the first time in a long time I seen him happy. Like, he was so ecstatic to be going somewhere with somebody else, okay? Instead of just staying in fear in that hotel room. Meanwhile, she up in the Vi's Pies, just fixing boxes and doing all the stuff and whatever nicks and necks that she can. And Vi said, what I want you to do, I want you to stop. I want you to start getting on the proceedings of divorcing that man. And she was like, I can't do that. I can't do that. It's gonna piss him off. She was like, listen, I've been there, okay? And I understand that you can't keep living in fear. You gotta do what's right for you, okay? And I love the fact that Vi is here. She does butt in people business, but when it's right, she right, okay? And I love this part that she is, somebody that she experienced this. So therefore she's helping other people too, okay? And I love that. I love that aspect of her. And she's giving that woman encouragement, because pretty sure she don't have nobody else in her life that is doing that she has to go to a stranger to help her instead of family, so I like that whole little storyline. What's going on? I'm a little nervous. Because we have yet to see the husband, and every time we hear about the husband, it's very negative. And the fact that they're hiding out from him, and he's abusive, he's already been physically abusive. I do not want him to pop up and they get found if something happened, okay? I am nervous about that. That's the only thing. Moving on from that, let's get to little Micah. Lord Jesus. Poor Micah. Micah out here having a little discussion with his friends, his homeboy, or whatever. And they're talking about Marcus Garvey and his philosophies and his thoughts on nationalism and black people going back to Africa or whatever. And the friend is like, I'm all the way here for it. Let's go back to Africa, go back to the motherland, and, where our people would go, our culture and all this stuff. And, Micah, he want to stay there. And he was like, you also forgot Marcus Garvey's, ideas on nationalism and stuff like that. And dude was like, so you just don't never want to leave nowhere, huh? I said, okay, what's going on here? Meanwhile, as they're talking and conversing, he was like, let me go get some flowers or something. Give me some money so I can go pick up something for a friend or whatever, because it's their birthday. And the boy was like, you mean Professor so-and-so? I said, wait a minute. And he talked about like, what? What you talking about? He was like, calm down, calm down. I already knew, okay? You ain't have to say nothing. It's like every time she talk to you or her name get mentioned, you get flustered, you start blushing or whatever. I said we light-skinned, okay? You can always tell when we blush, we light up. We light up like a red light, okay? A red light bulb. At least I know I do. Ears turn red and everything, And he was like, damn. And he was like, she be flirting with you all the time or whatever. I can see it. I said, Michael, you need a better poker face, okay? You need a better poker face. Put a mask on, all right? So we won't see this, okay? So he go get flowers or whatever. And old boy said, I keep your secret. It's cool. I like old boy. I like old boy as his friend because he seems like a positive influence on Micah. For now, okay. I just hope that he's not shady. But for right now, I like him. A stable friend. Okay. One that's reasonable. He seems a little bit more mature for his age, and I like that. I like that about him. Micah goes to Miss Professor. Okay, Miss Fine Professor. With some flowers. He knocked on her door. And she was like, come in. And he was like, hey, babe, how you doing? I was just giving you something for your birthday. And she was like, okay. Well, this is my place of work. I said, bitch, say thank you. I said, girl, say thank you. He was like, I know, I just wanted to, it's your birthday and wanted to do something nice. And she was like, I mean, Micah, that's cute or whatever, but like I said, this is my place of work. Oh, yeah, I get it. She was like, no, I don't think you get it. I think you're looking for more. This is not a relationship, especially not for me. I was just simply using you for sex, okay? That's all that it was. And he was like, yeah, I know that. He was like, but you coming off like you want a little bit more, and that's not what I want, okay? So I think it's best that we not see each other anymore. I said, what? When the person say, I know, no, they don't know, okay? They knew at the beginning, but then they messed around and fell for your ass, okay? And that's what Michael Young ass did, all right? Young and, fell for this older lady. I said, let me tell you something about the older... That's why I love him. Anyway, moving on from that. I said, poor Micah. Okay, Micah is going through PTSD, girl. Now he done got his heart broken because he done fell in love with an older woman that didn't really want him, that was just using him for his body, okay? Or at least one of his members, And I was just like, wow. He laying up in the bed all depressed, listening to songs and stuff. Get that boy some therapy. His friend come up in there, trying to tell him about meditation or whatever. He was trying to put it off or whatever. He said, listen, I'm from California and all that too. But damn, I ain't trying to do nothing about that. But he convinced him to go ahead and listen to the, do the meditation or whatever. And I feel like he gonna benefit from it. Okay. Um, moving on from that, we got this whole situation with Ralph. This bitch. Let me get her out the way. So Nova and Billy had a conversation because, Billy was sitting down there talking to her dad, and her dad was asking her what happened to Vince, and she was like, I mean, it's complicated. We on different paths or whatever. And it was like, well, it's good to have friends and family and other people that you could talk to or whatever, right? And she was like, friends ain't nothing but enemies. That's people that ain't enemies yet, that's waiting to become enemies. I said, damn, that's a morbid outlook on life, okay? I ain't never looked at it that way. Ugh, so why do we want them if they gonna... Girl, stop, okay? You just been burnt in the past and now you think negatively of everything. That's what it feel like from Billy. And he even asked about Nova. Have they talked, okay? I mean, we talk, but we ain't fixed stuff, okay? So it is what it is. So then we see her going over there to Nova's house, and Nova was like, I'm glad that you decided to come over. And, she said, yeah, I didn't like the way that we ended the last time. We didn't truly finish our conversation. And I told myself that if I ever got the chance, I would not run again. Okay. And she was like, why would you run? What is your fear of? Because she was like, she would face her fear. And she was like, my fear is rejection. And they had a conversation where, she let us know this whole thing that broke down between them was because of this Jimmy Dale character who took advantage or tried to take advantage. He didn't R-word her, okay? But he attempted to. She said, I'm a teen, and this older man is giving me attention or, just saying flattery things, but then he's luring me somewhere else to take advantage of me. And thank God I got out of there before anything further happened, meaning our word. But then he went around as if he did have sex with this girl, okay, and destroyed her reputation, had people not believing her, including her father, including her best friend, because Nova was her good friend, okay? And even Val, I'm still not understanding why Val would think that girl would do something like that. I know some of that stuff happened, but y'all that close and you think that she that evil to do that to that, and you knew how he was? You knew how he was, Val. That's what I don't get, okay? And that just goes to show how things have changed from back then to now. Now we are more aware, okay? Now we are more talking about, these people that prey on young kids and young teens or whatever. We are more aware of that, and we're talking about it. Back then, they took that shit away. They ain't talk about it. Oh, it's your fault or you lying or whatever. Because that's what Nova said. She said, sometimes you believe something is the truth and it's really not. And, you tuck it away because you're not sure about how it went. You know what I'm saying? And it was a conversation between her and Billy that needed to be had. A lot of miscommunication, a lot of misinformation, speculation, and without actually talking when you are, and I can't really be mad 100% at Nova because they were young. They were young, okay? So I get it, but I'm glad they sat down as adults and actually hashed this out if they really truly hashed it out, Meanwhile, back over at the farm, my baby daddy and my sister wife is just laying in the bed. And, they just talking and, oh, you look good and you look beautiful. Okay. They get their little morning kisses in and all that stuff. I was like, that's cute. Okay. Okay, that's enough. That is enough. Okay. Damn. Anyway, as I was saying, they get interrupted by these trucks coming in, cars coming in, and all this stuff. And I was just like, oh, what is happening? And next thing you know, Ralph gets up, and I was just like, what's going on? Baby, the sheriff is out there with police cars and vans and people all up on the property. And I just said, excuse me. He got this smug look on his face, all right? And it's just like that look of, yeah, I'm about to fuck with you today, okay? This is all a game to me, all right? And I don't care how you feel because it's fun for me right now, all right? Seeing you in distress the way that you are and all stressed out, that's fun for me. That's how his face was looking. And I didn't appreciate it. My man had to come out there and looking crazy as ever, trying to understand what's going on. I said, y'all some rude people, okay? You could have at least knocked on his door, and I know you probably would have bammed on it like you was crazy, but you could have knocked on the door and said, we got a warrant to search the property, okay? To expedite and dig and exhume and all that stuff on the property. I said, excuse me, sir, what the hell is this about? Let me see your warrant if you got a warrant. He threw that warrant at Ralph. Ralph looking at this shit like, wait a minute, you talking about it's some bodies on the property. And he was like, yeah, thank Nova for this shit, because Nova said that your daddy probably killed somebody and buried the body on the property, and now the people want to know, okay? The family members want to know and all that stuff. I said, that's a goddamn lie, all right? Them people didn't ask to exhume their bodies or whatever, or to search the land and all that stuff. I said, you just doing this because Nova is doing this investigation, bitch. I said, girl, y'all got the right one. Meanwhile, Ralph is upset, understandably, okay? He said, this some bullshit. I said, I know. Calm down, baby. Don't get him what they want, okay? Don't get him that. Don't get him that. Don't be the angry black man at this point. Don't get him that. And so, they dig in, and Ralph come out there, and he was like, y'all need to stop, okay? Because you're getting too close to my mama grave. The warrant said that y'all ain't supposed to be over there, okay? He told that to one of these other cops or whatever. Meanwhile, at the same time, Baby smart, okay? Baby bit down and he got some soil or whatever. And I was like, what you finna do with that? He said, he called up his friend Benny. He was like, listen, I got some soil that I want you to test. I said, oh, what we finna do? So he told Darla, and basically trying to test the soil to see what's in it. And because he don't know if they actually gonna be putting some stuff up in there. So this is before, okay? Because ain't no telling what they gonna be doing out there or what they could be doing, to sabotage the farm and all of this stuff. Meanwhile, Darla started coming up with this bright idea to use this college fund that she never completely used because she never finished college, and get it from her parents and use it for the farm, okay? Because they are in debt. And my baby don't want to do that. And I was just like, we got to swallow our pride. At one point or another, we got to swallow our pride, okay? And we are in deep distress, okay? And you need to do this, all right? Meanwhile, we get the results back, okay? And basically, there's a bunch of pesticide, okay, in the land. Mind you, Nova done brought her ass out there. And I said, Nova, what is this? Why are you here? Okay. And at this point, I couldn't read whether or not Ralph was pissed off at her or not, or he was just trying to, keep it in, because I would be totally pissed, because it was Nova's book that opened up the floodgates to a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. She put out the whole bunch of family secrets and shit that shouldn't have been out there. Had the whole family just pissed off at her. And right when we was coming back around, the book done bit us in our ass again, because now they're digging up the land because of something that you wrote in the book, okay? Even though she was like, it might be fake or whatever. Ernest already told us that it ain't real and all this stuff, and it didn't happen. I said, well, why you put it in the book, and why you ain't asked about it first before you put it in the book? See Nova? Girl. Meanwhile, Vi and Hollywood come down there trying to show support. Next thing you know, they done get the report saying it's a whole bunch of pesticide up in that soil, okay? And now Ralph understands the reason why his crops been coming out low and messed up, because somebody done came through and put a whole bunch of pesticides in there. And I said, bitch, who was it? And he said, I already suspected this, okay? And I know who did it. The Landrys. I said, oh shit. The Landry's back. Okay, girl. Where is Parker at? Okay, where's my girl Amira at? Okay, I said, come on now. We finna get to some juice, okay? Bring their asses back, because that was some drama. All right, some messy drama. And come find out they related to shit. Meanwhile, Nova take her ass home. And she talking to Dominic. Okay, she out there. Dominic coming up there trying to talk to us, see what's going on or whatever. She's smoking her little reefer. That sounds so old. Reefer. Okay. Smoking her little joint. And then the cop pulled up that she was talking to, okay, for her little crime expose, or the police department. And so he pulled up. He was like, listen, I think they own to me, okay? And if they own to me, they own to you, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave for a couple of days and try to lay low. And I think that you need to do it too. I mean, I kind of expected this would happen, but, that's what I feel like you need to do. This is my home. I said, girl, you in danger, okay? Leave for a couple of days. Damn. He ain't safe forever. He said for a couple of days. Nova be so so stubborn and so stuck in her ways. Jesus. Okay. You know, you cause harm to the people around you. All right. Yeah, you want to go out here and do your excursions, but we didn't ask for all of this. Even though you're doing the right thing, we didn't ask to be involved in this. You have to understand that once you start doing something, Nova does stuff off of, you know, just because, okay? She'll wake up and be like, oh, I feel like doing this today, and do it without going and asking and presenting the idea to the family and letting them know, well, if I do this, this may happen, okay? And basically, she has become a target. They don't like her, all right? Because of this expose that she is trying to write, because of her true crimes paper, okay? That is what she's become a target. And then, you know, Dominic was like, oh, so you over there talking to a cop. How you know that's a cop? Well, I done seen a whole bunch of cops come to our house when I was a kid. You know, that's what happened. I was a bad kid at one point, so I didn't seen some shit. You know what I'm saying? So they vibing or whatever. And at this point, I'm just like, girl, it's a mess. Meanwhile, at the very end of the episode, we go back to the farm. Why somebody gonna say, oh shit, we found some bone. Look like it's human. I said, are you serious? This how we gonna do this? This how we gonna do this? Girl, Ernest, you really killed somebody? That man been gone and dead for how many years? And y'all really gonna come on this? Really? Just starting stuff. Just starting stuff. But anyway, that was Queen Sugar. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about it. And I will see y'all later. When the hell we seeing Blue again? That's all I want to know. Okay? I'll see y'all later. Peace.